Costa Rica, you guys are back. We weren't there. We weren't privy to it. How would you summarize the 10 days in Costa Rica?
Oh, it was very productive. I think that it was good to get our legs under us, and obviously a different environment. We were here for about 4.5 weeks last year, and it just got very repetitive and it got monotonous. So it was good to kind of get out and have the Costa Rican guys show us around a little bit. Guzman, Roy, Marvin, and Julio took a lot of pride in us being there and showing us around and taking us to some good restaurants. So it was a nice little breath of fresh air for the group.
You guys had a couple games down there. How did those go?
It went well. Obviously, I think that, obviously getting results, positive results, is a good start. Obviously, with the legs and in the rotation of the squad, it was just good for everyone to get a little run in. But again, it's one of these things where you're trying to set a little bit of a foundation, and we didn't change the group too much in general. So, we have a lot of understanding of what the coaching staff wants and what everyone wants to do. So it was pretty solid, I would say.
Yeah, there's 2 new players in camp. That's it, right? Claudielna and Leaker, the goalkeeper. Everybody else has been with the club, either T2 or the first team as of now. How much does that kind of help the transition from season to season?
I think it's been good because a lot of it, the coaches don't necessarily have to spend weeks and weeks on tactics because a lot of those things are already ingrained in us and already understanding. So it's just nice to get a little bit of just fitness, and that's what it kind of is, just getting our legs back under us. Some guys need more than others, some guys need a little bit less than others. So it's just been good to kind of balance that. So it's been exciting, and I guess that we're ready to kick some other teams now. So
yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a good little run, I think 4 games now down here, so then into Colorado.
You get to start with Seattle. What do you want to see out of the group? What's kind of the goal of this one coming up?
Yeah, as much as these are just preseason games, we always want to beat Seattle first and foremost. Obviously, then we want to start laying down, the bedrock of this, the foundation. Not that it already hasn't been, but just to kind of reiterate some of those things. And at the end of the day, it's a derby match, and you always want to go out there and get a good result, and ultimately get fitness. And like most coaches will say, no injuries. For both teams, no one wants to have any of that. So we're looking forward to it. But then again, we just want to get out there and get a good base so that come March 2nd, we're pretty good to go.
Finally, it's 24 days away from Portland between Costa Rica and here. It's a long time to be on the road. From a logistics standpoint, how do you kind of deal with being away so long and the whole club totally transporting their preseason from one location to 2 other locations? Yeah,
it's obviously a lot. Guys have to get used to different time zones, different foods, things along those lines. But then again, we're all familiar with Tucson pretty much, besides maybe 2 players. Even I think Claude was here with New England last year. So the majority of the group is actually familiar here. So we kind of have a little bit of a routine. People go to the grocery stores and get things, their snacks to stock up on. Jeff and I are doing the old cast. A lot of guys have their different ways to kind of decompress. And I think that's good because you need that a little bit because it becomes a grind. It becomes difficult to have 2 sessions, to go back for an hour, eat really quickly, rest for a little bit, and then come back out. So it's difficult, but ultimately we're all professionals and we get paid to go out and perform and to push our bodies as much as possible. So we're not going to complain too much about kicking a ball in the sun.